All the latest news in North Central Washington, go to ncwlife.com or find us on Facebook. Got a news tip? Email us at news@ncwlife.com or call 888-2020. Good Tuesday evening and welcome to the NCW Life Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to today's top news stories, let's take a quick look outside our once again very hot weather window. Today we're looking down from our cross camera and our Sky-Fi tower cam, looking down at a sweltering Wenatchee Valley today. A few clouds out there, but not enough to really bring us any shade or relief. The last I checked, 99 degrees at Pangbourne Airport, so I'm thinking we're probably going to get to 100 degrees for our official high temperature today. Also new today at 4 o'clock, the National Weather Service issued a red flag warning for a big chunk of central Washington from Chelan down to Yakima up to Moses Lake, and it also includes Wenatchee. Breezy winds they've picked up a little bit this afternoon. Hot, very warm temperatures and also low humidities out there. Very hazardous fire weather. Rapid fire spread is possible under this red flag warning, which will be in effect until 10 o'clock tomorrow night. We're still under, remember too, a heat advisory that will go until 8 o'clock tonight. We'll talk much more about this heat and when we might see some relief a little bit later on. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. Crews were mopping up an early morning brush fire on the south shore of Lake Chelan today. A small family pet is credited with preventing a burglary earlier this morning, and NCW Life's Eric Granstrom will be along with part 2 of his Ways to Beat the Heat. But first, we begin tonight. Hot, dry conditions and very steep terrain presented challenges for firefighters battling the Rocky Reach fire yesterday, but they made great progress with now 70% containment on the fire 5 miles northeast of Wenatchee. The fire has scorched 3,386 acres in the area above Rocky Reach Dam in the Birch Mountain and Swakane Canyon areas. 241 firefighting personnel representing 7 crews remain at the fire, along with 21 fire engines, 3 dozers, and 2 water tenders. A level 1 evacuation notice for the Swakane Canyon has been lifted, while a reduced speed of 35 miles per hour on Highway 97A that expired at noon today. The priority today was to complete as much of the remaining work as possible, primarily consisting of mop-up. As that is accomplished, many of the fire resources will be released or reassigned to other fires within Washington and Oregon. Crews were mopping up an early morning brush fire on the south shore of Lake Chelan today, approximately 1 mile north of Fields Point Landing. In the 17,000 block of South Lakeshore Drive, a fire was reported around 5:30 this morning, burning uphill in timber and brush. Multiple crews responded to the scene, gaining an upper hand on the blaze quickly within about 40 minutes of the initial call. Well, a small family pet is credited with preventing a burglary early this morning. Around 3:15, a residential burglary, I should say, was interrupted by Bean, a 3-pound Chihuahua. Bean began growling and barking loudly, waking up his owner. The owner went into the living room and found a male intruder standing in their kitchen, going through their refrigerator. The male left the residence but was caught a short distance away by police. The family was very proud of Bean for his excellent guard dog skills, which according to his owner was entirely unexpected. After his busy morning and a quick photo shoot, Bean was content to go back to sleep. Well, last night on the NCW Life Evening News, we found out how those that have to work outside beat this oppressive heat. We then asked you how the viewer, stay cool. NCW Life's Eric Granstrom has the story in part 2 of Beat the Heat.
So yesterday, we asked our Facebook audience what you do to beat the heat. Well, the number one thing people suggested, if you have that option, is to get out of this and inside. So let's go inside. So if you can, get inside. Now, we've had some interesting things from some of our viewers saying that they work at an office that's so cold because the air conditioning works so well, they actually have a space heater at their desk. Now, we don't have any problems like that here at the Ncwlife channel. But the number one thing people made as far as a suggestion, if you can have access to it, is get something cold, like a popsicle. So we appreciate you telling us ways that you like to beat the heat here. Now, if you also have access to it, the other suggestion is to just sit in front of a fan. Now, while I was thinking about this as far as the popsicle is concerned, how do you open your popsicles? And do you break them in half? I've seen so many people that eat them whole, but you're asking for trouble. So I just break it in half, turn it around, go stick first, and it's time to cool off.
Looks good. Coming up next, local nonprofit GWADA hosts an upcoming luncheon and is fundraising for Education Award scholarships with a goal of $10,000 by September 26th. And the North Central Regional Library has a new executive director. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the Ncwlife Evening News.
Todd's a great boss. Sometimes he can be a little intense.
Adam, how about a lunchtime run?
I'd love to, Todd, but I got a lot. Oh, Mr. Jones, you made it. I'm glad you can make it. You're really gonna love our lifetime warranty on all new Hondas. Let's walk and talk.
Oh, the running thing? It gets them hustling. I consider myself a great motivator.
It's a free walk-in job search assistance center. It is designed to help job seekers with the tools that they need to find a job. We have partnered with libraries in 5 other cities, providing the same types of services that we offer here, just there.
Just walk in, we have laptops, and we can help you with resume, cover letter.
All of our services are paid for by the revenues earned in our store. Goodwill is just a tool that the community is using to help their neighbors find a job. Goodwill, there's more behind the store.
With 15,000 square feet to explore, you'll find something special at the Antique Mall at Cashmere. For the do-it-yourselfers and those with a keen eye for making something old fresh and new again, the Antique Mall at Cashmere is the place to come find your next project. From the coin enthusiasts to avid collectors, Antique Mall at Cashmere has treasures in every corner. Come find your treasure today. Antique Mall at Cashmere's friendly staff is here to help. Stop on by today.
Welcome back. In another news, the Innovator Awards Luncheon celebrates the spirit, passion, and drive of innovators in North Central Washington. Local nonprofit GWADA hosts the luncheon and is fundraising for Education Award scholarships with a goal of $10,000 by September 26th.
GWADA, the Greater Wenatchee Area Technology Alliance, has been hosting the Innovator Awards Luncheon since 2001 so that we could shine a light on these entrepreneurs, innovators, and educators who are really making changes in our community. Starting in 2009, GWADA incorporated Education Awards during the Innovator Awards Luncheon. We started with one education award that supported K-12 students, and now in 2018, we actually have 3 education awards, one for a teacher, one for a K-12 student, and one for a college student. The winner at the Innovator Awards Luncheon receives a scholarship, and so the high school student who receives a scholarship, they can use that towards college or post-secondary training. The college student obviously can apply that to their studies or their books or their program that they're currently in. And for our educators, it provides them with funding that they can bring resources into the classroom. So STEM projects that they maybe needed a little extra help with. We're really excited to have partnered with Equipped, which is a manufacturer in Twist, Washington, to raise money for our scholarships. In the past, GWADA has been able to offer a $250 scholarship to each of our Innovator Award winners, but we really wanted to step up in light of the rising cost of tuition, programs that are needed in the classroom, and really have a robust scholarship program. And when Equipped heard about our need to drive fundraising for these scholarships in a really important arena in STEM, so science, technology, engineering, and math, they stepped in to ask how they could help. So we are really excited that for every $50 donation you make to the GWADA Scholarship Fund, Equipped will give you one of their last bags. Through the Guada and Equipped partnership, we are right now selling the Guada Equipped bag. It's a last bag, which means it replaces those reusable bags or plastic bags you've been using at the store. They're really durable. They're great products. We love using them at the Guada office because they can carry 90 pounds. You can spray them out with your hose. But most importantly, all of the retail profits from this are going straight into scholarships that support students and teachers in our community. So when you donate $50 or purchase one of the last bags, the retail profit goes straight into the scholarship fund, and we're trying to raise $10,000. Guada is a 501c3 with a mission to serve people in North Central Washington. So charitable contributions can be made to our nonprofit on an ongoing basis. And if you would like to make a donation specific to supporting an educator or student, just indicate that it's for the Innovator Scholarships Program.
And as Jenny mentioned, visit guada.org for more information on this fundraiser and how to get involved. The North Central Regional Library has a new executive director. She's Wenatchee native Barbara Walters, who took over the reins on Friday. Walters has been acting director since June of 2017 and has been part of the district's administrative team since 2007. The board launched a nationwide search earlier this year to choose a replacement for former director Dan Howard, who resigned last year. Walters started working for North Central Regional Library in 1989 as a library assistant and worked her way up during her nearly 30 years with the district to management and then administrative positions, including Information Technology Manager, Director of Library Services, and Deputy Director. North Central Regional Library operates 30 libraries in Chelan, Douglas, Grant, Okanagan, and Ferry counties. You're watching the Ncwlife Evening News. Coming up next, your sports update with Eric Granstrom and our feature story tonight. That and much more still to come on the Ncwlife Evening News. Stay with us.
Oh, hey Nate, what you doing there?
I'm just reading a book.
A book? I didn't even know they made those anymore. Where'd you get it?
Right down the street at Yield Bookshop.
Yield Bookshop, I'm gonna go check it out.
If you're looking for a good book to read or you're in the market for some beautiful handcrafted creations from local artisans, look no further than Yield Bookshop right in the heart of downtown Wenatchee.
Eastern Washington. It's a great place to call home and a great time to own a home. It's the ideal place to lay down roots for your family and your future. Gisa Credit Union thinks Eastern Washington is a great place to own a home too. That's why we offer all kinds of home loans with personal attention every step of the way. We're your home. For home loans, we're Gisa Credit Union.
So Pam, how's your mom doing?
She's okay. She's struggling. She'd like to stay in her house, and it's getting harder for her to do the daily chores.
What kinds of problems is she having?
Just basic house cleaning, you know, taking care of her house, yard work, taking care of her medicine.
Mm-hmm. It does sound exhausting.
It is very exhausting, and I always worry about her.
Aging in Adult Care can assist you or your loved one to remain comfortably and safely in their own home. Contact them today to start the conversation.
And now it's a sports update on the Ncwlife channel.
And a good Tuesday to you. The West Coast League Home Run Derby certainly had an interesting flair to it last night in Port Angeles. The 11 participants, one from each team in the North and South Division, were selected to the All-Star Game, were shuttled by a boat to a barge anchored off a Hollywood beach on the Port Angeles waterfront. The goal was to hit baseballs over the fence, which was a cork line stretched in the water. They called it the saltwater splashdown. The Apple Sox representative was Jeremy Yellen. The video courtesy of the Lefties Facebook stream and the call by the Port Angeles play-by-play announcer Brandon Erickson.
Next pitch to left center field, and this one will be way out of here. Opposite field power for Jeremy Yellen, who now has 2 home runs here in this competition. Next pitch to straight center field. Will this have enough? And it will. So he's got 3. He needs 2 more to pass Trent Tingelstad, and this will look like it'll tie it up as the kayakers scramble to get it. So Jeremy Yellen is tied with Trent Tingelstad at 4 home runs.
The contest would come down to a tiebreaker between the lefties Ron Brown and Cody Hawken of the Corvallis Knights, and it would be the hometown representative that would win it.
One more to tie. Ron Brown has tied this. Ron Brown with one more swing. If Ron Brown hits a home run, he will be crowned the 2018 WCL Home Run Derby champion. He's got one more swing. Here it comes, and he's done it! Ron Brown is your 2018 WCL Home Run Derby champion. Putting on a show for the home crowd. Ron Brown hitting a total of 36 home runs in this competition.
I think we can do something like that in the lagoon at Walla Walla Point Park. The West Coast League All-Star Game tonight. Wenatchee's Corey Bafis will be the starting pitcher for the North. Also representing the Apple Sox are Corey Meyer and Mason Marinko. You can watch that game streamed live on the Port Angeles Facebook page. Over 700 football players from 14 high school teams throughout the state are in Wenatchee this week for the Wenatchee Football Camp. Panther head coach Scott Devereaux says it's a good chance for football and conditioning and some pretty hot weather.
It's been a few years since we've been in the triple digits, yes. Yeah, we have watering stations set up all over the place. Each team is also responsible for having extra water. We only play 12 plays in a row and then water up. And then, of course, a kid can get water if he's subbed out. So water, hydration is definitely a focus all week. Well, JVs go first. JVs get their scrimmage in about an hour before the varsity on the same fields where the varsity will play. So basically, I make the schedule for Monday, Tuesday ahead of time and the rotations. And then tonight we meet as coaches and we match up with who we want to play on Wednesday and Thursday. So if I want to see somebody again, and the coach agrees, and then we'll do that.
Now, Devereaux says there's a mix of light contact drills called 7-on-7 and then full contact scrimmages each day.
It's virtually no linemen on the field, so it's your passing offense versus passing defense. Defensive coaches hate it. Offensive coaches love it. But it's a chance just to work your quarterback and receivers versus some defensive backs and throw it all over the field. We get 16 plays. There's one defense on the field, two offenses, and they rotate back and forth. No contact, really, kind of two-hand touch, and then we'll go right into scrimmages. The idea is you get better, and you can coach your kids, and if there's a mistake made, the other team, you can ask them to line up and walk through a play. So we want everyone here to have a good time and get better. So it doesn't do us any good if a team needs a timeout, we'll give them that timeout. The coaches that come understand that, and that's why they're invited back every year.
Campers are staying at Wenatchee High School, Pioneer Middle School, Orchard Middle School, and Orting's football team is staying at the Beehive Grange. They're brave. Well, we'll have some sights and sounds coming up again tomorrow as far as the Wenatchee Panthers are concerned, right here on the NCW Life channel. Major League All-Star Home Run Derby last night in the nation's capital. Fittingly, Washington Nationals' Bryce Harper won the event over Chicago's Kyle Schwarber. Midsummer Classic underway. Seattle 4 representatives Nelson Cruz, Mitch Haniger, Gene Segura, and Edwin Diaz. 89th Midsummer Classic at Nationals Park in Washington, D.C. being televised on Fox. That's sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom on the NCW Life channel. Grant, back to you.
Thanks, Eric. Over 200 firefighters are battling the almost 3,400-acre Rocky Reach fire. Many of those fighting the fire are at a temporary fire camp on the grounds of Sunny Slope Elementary in Wenatchee. In tonight's feature story, NCW Life's Megan McPherson tells us more and gives us a tour of the Rocky Reach Fire Camp.
On Saturday, July 14th, the equivalent of a small town began forming on the grounds of the Wenatchee School District's Sunny Slope Elementary School. By Monday, almost 250 firefighters and support personnel battling the Rocky Reach fire were using the school as home base. Exhausted firefighters returned to the school after hours of battling the blaze in searing heat over steep terrain. NCW Life was given a tour of the hastily assembled facility. Greeting firefighters as they returned from long shifts on the fire lines are shower and washing facilities, tents, and a dining hall. Meals are prepared by inmate crews and have received rave reviews, a spokesperson said. The near triple-digit temperatures have made beverages a vital part of the camp, with coolers filled with Gatorade and water always standing by.
We're responsible for staffing the trailer here. We monitor the radios, document any radio traffic that takes place, any status changes on the fire that come in from the line, keep track of crews, accountability, make sure everybody's where they're supposed to be. Kind of the relay operation between the incident command post and what's taking place out on the fire.
The firefighting crews come from federal, state, and local agencies, all working together in what has become a model for interagency cooperation and communication.
We're seeing, especially this summer, a lot of these are exceeding the capabilities of local agencies to do on their own, and that's understandable. When you get fire coming up against populated areas, a lot of things at risk, it helps to have that additional help to come in and take on the job of fighting those fires.
As successful efforts to halt the progress of the Rocky Reach fire and hotspots of the blaze are extinguished, the camp will slowly disassemble, only to reemerge at the next major fire site. This is Megan McPherson with NCW Life News, signing off at the Incident Command Center at Sunny Slope Elementary.
Thank you, Megan. We'll be back with a recap of some of our top stories and your complete local weather forecast right after this.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
The all-new Yamaha Wolverine X4 offers 4 times the proven off-road capability, 4 times the comfort, and 4 times the confidence to deliver 4 times the excitement on your next outdoor adventure.
Lake Chelan Mailboxes is a small place with a lot to offer. Job 1 is shipping and receiving from A to Z. They pack it, they label it, they ship it. But did you know we also offer notary service, online computer access, legal forms, copies, greeting cards, and of course, mailboxes. Chelan Mailboxes, everything you need in one small package.
Welcome back to the NCW Life Evening News. Hot, dry conditions and very steep terrain presented challenges for firefighters battling the Rocky Reach fire yesterday, but they made great progress with now 70% containment on the fire 5 miles northeast of Wenatchee. The fire has scorched 3,386 acres in the area above Rocky Reach Dam in the Birch Mountain and Swakane Canyon areas. 241 firefighting personnel representing 7 crews remain at the fire, along with 21 fire engines, 3 dozers, and 2 water tenders. A level 1 evacuation notice for the Swakane Canyon has been lifted, while a reduced speed limit of 35 miles per hour on Highway 97A expired at noon today. The priority today was to complete as much of the remaining work as possible, primarily consisting of mop-up. As that is accomplished, many of the fire resources will be released or reassigned to other fires within Washington and Oregon. Crews were mopping up an early morning brush fire on the south shore of Lake Chelan today, approximately 1 mile north of Fields Point Landing. In the 17th block of South Lakeshore Drive, a fire was reported around 5:30 this morning, burning uphill in timber and brush. Multiple crews responded to the scene, gaining an upper hand on the blaze quickly within 40 minutes of the initial call. Well, a small family pet is credited with preventing a burglary early this morning. Around 3:15, a residential burglary was interrupted by Bean, a 3-pound Chihuahua. Bean began growling and barking loudly, waking up his owner. The owner went into the living room and found a male intruder standing in their kitchen going through their refrigerator. The male left the residence but was caught a short distance away by police. The family was very proud of Bean for his excellent guard dog skills, which according to his owner was entirely unexpected. After his busy morning and a quick photo shoot, Bean was content to go back to sleep. Well, Mother Nature not napping on us today with those scorching temperatures all around north central Washington. As we take a look at our north central Washington weather forecast, let's take a look outside our weather window, and it's hot out there. Temperatures at last check 99, which does match our official high temperature yesterday, even though I have a feeling we'll reach 100 degrees before it's all said and done today. Winds have picked up a little bit, so there's two things I want to tell you about before we get into our forecast. One, we do have a heat advisory that's still in effect until 8 o'clock tonight. That for health reasons, and a red flag warning has been posted. That went into effect at 4 o'clock this afternoon. Very hazardous fire weather both today, and that will last until 10 o'clock tomorrow night. It includes Chelan, Wenatchee, Moses Lake, and down into Yakima. So please be very, very careful with cigarette butts or anything you might be doing outside that may cause a spark. We don't need any more fires, that's for sure. Let's take a look at what we can expect over the next 4 or 5 days as we look at our surface loop. Today, another scorcher out there with temperatures upper 90s to 105 in the deep orange and red area on our temperature map. As we move into Wednesday, the good news, our winds have kicked up because a weak cold front is moving through, and that will cool us down on Wednesday, about 5 to maybe even 10 degrees in some locations. But we're still talking some pretty hot temperatures around 90 into the low 90s. As we move into Thursday, we'll see more of that weather with temperatures around 90 to 91 degrees. But notice how our map is lightening up all over the northwest. Most of the heat now down to our south and over east into Montana. Friday, we'll see another nice day with temperatures around 90 degrees, but we have to keep in mind our normal high temperature for this time of year is 88, so we're going to be right in the ball game. Saturday, maybe even a little bit below normal. We're expected to reach about 87 for our high temperature on Saturday, and beyond that, back to 90 on Sunday, and maybe even a little bit warmer than that on Monday. Time now for your quick lube and tune forecast. Once again, it will be a warm one. Can you believe this morning, our overnight low this morning, 75 degrees. Tonight, nothing like that. 67 our overnight low. A little breezy for Wednesday, and 93 as that front moves through. And it will continue to cool us down as we make our way into the start of the weekend. 89 your high Friday, 87 on Saturday with a low of 61. It's going to feel pretty darn nice for most of us. Sunday, back to the warmth. Sunny and warmer at 92. And on Monday, sunny and hot with a high then to start our next work week at 92 degrees. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around north central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. Also, keep it right here on the NCW Life channel tomorrow morning for Wake Up Wenatchee Valley with host Dan Kuntz and the return of Steve Hare. Thanks for joining us. Have a great night.
This is TV. This is TV Set Free. TV everywhere from Localtel sets you free to watch what you want, where you want. Catch your favorite networks, including live TV, ready to watch on any web-connected device for no extra charge. That's TV Set Free. Enjoy the extra value Localtel delivers with TV everywhere. Visit localtel.net and sign up today.
Looking for a hands-on, high-demand job? Now is the perfect time to get trained for a career in manufacturing. Washington currently has a shortage of skilled tradespeople, and retirements are making room for more. The machining program at Wenatchee Valley College is designed to give students the foundation to excel in this precision industry. Don't wait, there are only 15 spots left. A 2-year degree and a 1-year certificate are available. Learn more at wvc.edu/machining.
Hey there, Wenatchee. I'm Sean Lee, and I'm inviting you to check out the NCW Movie Guide to keep up on what movies are playing in our town.
I'm Jim Corcoran.
And I'm Ken Osborne.
And you're watching the NCW Life channel.